Well, welcome back to Trust Stamps channel, a global provider of AI-powered identity services. And joining to discuss some pivotal news here is always Andrew, the president. First and foremost, welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure. So I want to dive into this. Can you kind of give us an overview of Trust Stamp's previous work with DHS?
Yeah, absolutely. So in Q3 of 2021, we were awarded a $3.9 million 6-month pilot contract with ICE, which is part of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. And it was renewed for 6 months in Q1 of 2022. Unfortunately, due to funding issues within DHS, the pilot was canceled for convenience in 2022, but we received glowing reviews of our work and a recommendation that we be considered for future projects with ICE. So after that pilot ended, we continued to invest in product development to meet future ICE opportunities. And today we have a unique ready-to-launch technology that is substantially less expensive, more flexible, and much less intrusive than any of the legacy technology. Therefore, it can be used across a far larger number of people in what's called the Alternative to Detention program um, than can be covered using existing technology. So in December of 2023, we announced that we had entered into a strategic alliance for government services with Mantech, which is a multi-billion dollar prime contractor to the US government. And in December of 2024, our technology was included in Mantech's response to an RFI issued by the Department of Homeland Security for management services and technology for the future alternative to detention program.
Yeah, no, appreciate the insight there. But ICE certainly seems to have their hands full, especially lately. Why is that good for Trust Stamp?
So it's good for multiple reasons. Firstly, the $2.2 billion intensive supervision appearance program, or ISAP contract, which is currently held by BI Incorporated, is scheduled to expire in July of 2025. When it was awarded in 2020, BI was responsible for overseeing a population between 90 and 100,000 people. But in the wake of the 2024 election, that number could grow as large as 7 million.
Yeah, now, so just hold on a minute. What would cause the number to jump from 100K to 7 million?
So we identified a mandate included in the Homeland Security Appropriations Bill for the fiscal year ended September 30th, 2025, that was prepared by the House Appropriations Committee. And the language says, quote, ensure that every alien on the non-detained docket is enrolled into the Alternative to Detention program with mandatory GPS monitoring throughout the duration of all applicable immigration proceedings, including any appeals, and until removal if ordered removed, end quote. So this mandate is a significant shift from the current policy of ICE. The non-detained docket is divided into ISAP, which can range anywhere between 180,000 to 300,000 participants, to those who have been, quote, de-escalated, which is usually around 6.5 million participants, sometimes a little more, or those who have never been enrolled in an oversight solution. So the numerical differences are potentially enormous, especially as the projected costs of making such a change are pretty significant. And just to give you an idea, ankle monitors cost about $2.74 a day per participant. SmartLink, which is a mobile-based solution, costs about 96 cents per day. And smartwatch solution, which ICE has piloted, costs about $4.50 per day. So all of that to say, if all 7 million people on the non-detained docket were enrolled in, say, SmartLink, which is the cheapest solution that BI offers to ATD, the total cost would be approximately $2.4 billion a year. And that's about 6.5 times the amount of money currently allocated to the ICE ATD program. They have a budget increase only of about $30 million above the appropriation amount in 2024.
Oh, wow. Okay. So maybe, it sounds like a pretty good eight-figure opportunity, but how is Trust Stamp kind of positioning itself to take advantage of this in 2025?
So, through a series of executive orders, the White House has obviously mobilized a significant number of law enforcement and military personnel to enforce its zero tolerance border strategy. But ICE is funded only for about 41,500 beds nationwide. And it's already releasing some of the migrants who were detained in the interior of the country onto the alternative to detention program. So while an emphasis has been put on, turning away new migrants and detaining illegal immigrants, detention and the current alternative to detention solutions come at a significant cost, which will have to be reconciled with the White House's other commitment to reducing the national deficit through the new Department of Government Efficiency, also known as DOGE. So these opposing commitments can be the catalyst for driving even wider awareness of trust stamps, cost-effective technology within DHS, such as our tap-in band. And I'll go ahead and actually just kind of give you an idea of what that looks like. So this is our tap-in band, and this is just a commercially available smartwatch. So this tap-in band is tamper resistant. It's a hypoallergenic band. It is battery free and supports all the capabilities of ICE's existing cell phone application, and combined with additional security that is more akin to what you would see with an ankle monitor. Now, as you saw, the band looks and feels a lot like a Fitbit, which imposes zero stigma and allows for long-term use without discomfort. So unlike the expensive wrist-worn devices that have been trialed by ICE, skin color and tattoos are not going to impact performance, and there's no fear on the part of the participant to fail compliance due to battery issues with the device. So the tap-in band offers many of the advantages of an ankle monitor technology without the disadvantages, and it's orders of magnitude less expensive than other wearables. So our primary objective for Q1 is to present the next iteration of this tap-in band to relevant members of Congress as well as ICE.
Yeah, no, this is incredible as we pass it off to the viewers. We'd love to know what you think in that comment section and subscribe as updates, catalyst, news comes down the wire like this. Of course, we'll bring it to you here. But on that, we look forward to catching you in the next one.